upright in the soccer? You know?
Eccoci giunti al momento della presentazione delle squadre. Iniziamo dal Galatasaray di Istanbul. In campo con il numero 4 Zoran Erceg, numero 5 Jamon Gordon, numero 9 Namuchar Markoshvili.
Hello and welcome to the 2013-2014 Turkish Airlines Euroleague. You are looking live inside the Nelson Mandela Arena in Siena. It's Montepaschi Siena taking on Galatasaray tonight. And what promises to be an exciting encounter. The Galatasaray players being introduced here to this crowd. It's a team that is coming in with a lot of high expectations for their season. A team that won the Turkish League title last year, or rather earlier this year, last season. And it's a very talented group of players that you'll recognize, many of whom have obviously played in this competition over the years, including that man right there, Henry Domersant. A great sharpshooting guard. Here's Montepaschi Siena. They're now going to be introduced to the crowd. The Siena just spoiled for success over the years. Mensana have just ruled the Italian league. And Ergin Ataman, the coach of Galatasaray, understands that even though this team is in a little bit of transition with only 3 players coming back from last season and a new coach, this is a team that has a lot of tradition. And one of the newcomers there, Taylor Rochesty, comes out into the court. Thomas Ress obviously re-signing. He's the captain. Ress has got an important role to play with this team. There's Spencer Nelson. He's back in Italy. He's played for Benetton Treviso in the past. Daniel Hackett, of course, a national team guard who just keeps getting better and better as the seasons progress, and has a real connection here already with this Montepaschi Siena crowd. Marco Crespi, the new coach, he was promoted from his assistant's position last season to Luca Banchi. Banchi left, take over Milano, and now it is Crespi, the veteran play caller, going up against Ataman. And I think we're in for a really interesting, entertaining contest here. Nate Jawai, the Australian who played for Barcelona last season, now here with Galatasaray. And he's excited to be with a new team. And you can see the refereeing crew. Just as exciting for them to tip off a new Euroleague campaign. The Turkish Airlines Euroleague, without question, just a great competition held every year. And those fans right there hoping that they're going to be rewarded for having traveled to Italy to watch Galatasaray take on Montepaschi Siena. Well, you see the starting 5 there for Galatasaray, going with Carlos Arroyo at the point, the Puerto Rican, Jamont Gordon, Erceg, Dudley, and Markoshvili, the Georgian, who wears number 9. Erceg, Serbian, who played for Ataman a couple of seasons ago with Besiktas. And Ataman is now with Galatasaray. He led that Besiktas team actually to a Euro Challenge title, had a great season. And now the starting 5 for Siena: Eric Green, a really good shooter, Hackett, Nelson, Benjamin Ortner, and Josh Carter. Well, it's a Montepaschi team that has known really nothing but success over the years, and Crespi's fully aware of that. He was on the bench last year when they made yet another trip to the top 16, and Montepaschi came up short of the playoffs last season, but they did win the Italian double, the Coppa Italia, and they followed that up with the Italian League crown, beating Roma in the finals. So you got a couple of league champions from last season going up against each other from their respective domestic leagues, now going up against each other in this elite club competition, the Turkish Airlines Euroleague, on opening night. It's all very exciting.
Numero 16 Benjamin Ortner, numero 17 Spencer Nelson, numero 23 Daniel Hackett, numero 32 Eric Green.
Well, Daniel Hackett will be bringing the ball up the floor, and very explosive player, can put the ball on the court, drive hard to the basket. He's a very strong, very physical player. And you've got the devoted fans of Montepaschi. Boy, I tell you, you just cannot say too much about the success of this Montepaschi team or this club in Italian basketball. And you have to wonder what's going through the minds of Coach Crespi. He's coached in the Euroleague before, but with Scavallini, Pesaro, but this is it's a new experience. He's been promoted here with a team. He's trying to keep that winning tradition going, and I think a lot of people fully expect Montepaschi, even though they've had a lot of turnover in player personnel and obviously the switch in the coach, to keep contending for titles in Italy and in the EuroLeague. It's going to be interesting to see how this opening game for them in the EuroLeague unfolds.
Sta per iniziare l'incontro, i quintetti sono già schierati in campo.
Chinkakyo, Arsalan on the bench, as well as Domersant and Sinan Gulesh, the Turkey international. So it just speaks to the depth of this Galatasaray team. You need to be strong on the bench to have success in the EuroLeague, and certainly they have a team that looks talented from top to bottom, from players on the court and the guys that will come in later. So we're underway here. Galatasaray attacking early on, and they strike first. And Erseg immediately with a nice little jump shot on the baseline. And a long three-pointer. Well, already from Eric Green, we've heard about his jump shooting skills, and he doesn't hesitate. First EuroLeague game, comes out and buries one from the arc. Eric Green. Arroyo with 4 on the shot clock. Drives in and draws the foul and makes the shot and has a chance for a three-point play. So excellent play from Carlos Arroyo. Look at Green, though. No fear in the EuroLeague rookie, putting up that early three. And there's Arroyo, just keeps his balance at the other end and draws the foul from Spencer Nelson.
L'unità numero 30, Carlos Arroyo, con un tiro libero aggiuntivo dopo il canestro realizzato.
You can see the veteran status of Arroyo, and Adaman, that's why he likes him out there. He's his floor general. He has a penchant for making the big play. And the dunk to Spencer Nelson. And the cut to the basket and the turnover. So Galatasaray, good defense that time. for Galatasaray. Number 35, Erwin Dudley. Now Hackett gets into the lane, goes up with his left hand, and I think he got the basket. His teammate was following the shot, but that basket goes for Daniel Hackett. Here at the start of the season, obviously, all of the teams are looking, to find their way. They need to get into their rhythm, especially defensively. Arroyo again drives in and draws the foul. And Carlos Arroyo starting like a house on fire. The second time he draws a foul and gets to the line for a chance at a three-point play. Here's Hackett on the previous trip down the floor, and he scores even though Dudley was right there challenging the shot. Boy, Carlos Arroyo doesn't convert that one. And good defense on the perimeter there by Galatasaray. Jamal Gordon getting his hand on that, so Hackett inbounds it. Hackett again into the lane. Out it goes to his teammate Joshua Carter. No good, and good rebound for Galatasaray. Arroyo. Erceg. Now back to Arroyo. Erceg spins, gets in, and the tall Erceg just kind of floats in there and banks it in, and now Galatasaray with their biggest lead of the game. Good strong start for Erceg, the Serbian. Hackett fouled on the perimeter. That time by Galatasaray's Jamal Gordon.
Rischiata il numero 5, Jamal Gordon, primo fallo per Gordon. Rimessa in attacco Montepaschi.
Green hit that early three, but he hasn't looked at another one. See if he tries to free himself. The nice entry pass, it goes, but I think a travel is going to be called on Ortner. So he walks and turns it back over to Galatasaray. And Gordon's three-pointer no good. Here's Eric Green in the open floor. Back outside to Hackett. Green thought about it and decided not to put it up against Erceg. Now this time he does. And even though Nelson crashed the boards, it was Galatasaray coming away with the rebound. And now Gordon drives in, the left-hander misses, and Hackett. And now the game opening up a little bit. Hackett gets the line, he turns it over. Good hands from Galatasaray. Game a little bit sloppy. Carter over to Hackett. Well, Hackett's getting fouled. Markashvili, the Georgian, reaches in and just kind of puts his shoulder into him. Galatasaray seem intent on really making Hackett work hard wherever he is on the floor. See the foul disparity so far. Nothing there. 2 against each team. Galatasaray live hospital, playing on the road here. And the long one, Nelson, or rather Ortner, he misses. Now Nelson gets the rebound back to Hackett, and he goes up and uses the glass. That's just good aggressive play from Montepaschi. The shot clock wound down. They had a tough shot, but at least they crashed the boards and kept it alive. Second and third opportunity finally went in. There's Dudley. And Dudley puts it up from about 12 feet. Now Carter with the rebound. Here he is again. Hackett. It's time to his teammate Ortner, and Ortner's left-handed jumper at the line, no good. Galatasaray still with a 2-point lead, and Gordon gets swatted, but good follow from Dudley. Spencer Nelson misses from the corner. So back out for Galatasaray. Now Marcashvili fields his way inside. Tried to draw the foul, but unsuccessful. Now Nelson here to Eric Green. Erisic guards Green, and Green puts up a tough shot and kind of throws off the back of the backboard there, or sorry, off the backboard. Interesting matchup with Erisic on Green. He doesn't look comfortable taking the shot against Erisic. Gordon with 4 on the shot clock puts up a jumper off the back of the rim. Spencer Nelson hands it off to Hackett. See the field goal percentages so far for both teams. And the reach and the steal. Dudley forces a turnover. And Carter, I believe, commits the foul on Erisic. Reaching around. Good call by the referee. Well, we've got timeout on the floor. It's Galatasaray with their noses in front at Montepaschi Siena.
Everybody wanna score. This is positive, but we can score off as a team as a gush. Okay, off team as a gush. Otherwise, we are in a rush. In a rush, we help them. Okay, we know to play defense against us, and not that they receive the ball first possession and he receive. Okay, yeah. Okay, remember. Okay, now we use one up.
Penetration from there. Okay, Manu, after you make, you turn back. First you come to post up. After Benjamin, immediately you turn back to the corner. Okay, and we attack on the pick and roll. Good defense, good defense. Let's go.
Cambio per la Montepaschi Messana in campo il numero 6 Otello Hunter. Gioco da prendere con la rimessa in attacco per il Galatasaray. Fischiata il numero 6 Otello Hunter, primo fallo per Hunter. Lunetta per il Galatasaray, numero 5 Jamon Gordon, ancora un tiro libero per Jamon Gordon.
Wait, don't come too far.
Oh, nervous start for this Montepaschi Siena team. A very confident start for Galatasaray. Othello Hunter handing it off. Now he gets it back inside and goes up and scores. So Othello Hunter, who comes into the game, puts it up off the glass and in. So a very positive contribution from him immediately on the offensive end. You can see the shooting percentages inside the arc there for both teams. Marcashvili And Spencer Nelson. And good defense from Montepaschi. Hunter gets it back. Green steps inside, puts up the open shot from inside, just inside the free throw line. So Green with a couple of jumpers, one of them a three-pointer at the start of the game, and it's a 13-11 game. So nice answer from Montepaschi. Well, we've seen Galatasaray having success putting the ball on the court, driving, getting the contact. Here's Montepaschi. And that was short. That was a tough shot for him. And good rebound from Dudley. And the putback. Oh, he's played well tonight, hasn't he? So 4 points already for Dudley, but he's also doing it on the boards and defensively. There's nice penetration, and Hunter didn't finish. It was a good play from Green, but Hunter stuck with it, put it back up, and was denied again. So frustrating trip for Montepaschi, and right to the other end goes Jamon Gordon. Boy, he's been lively. Hackett, spin move, outside to Nelson, passed up the jumper. And Hackett with the left-handed attempt from three-point range. The left-hander misses. So inside the final minute of a thrilling opening quarter, certainly for Galatasaray fans. And Gordon decides to take his time. Now back to Zoran Ersic. Over to Royu for a long three-pointer. And Eric Green with the rebound. Now they've got numbers. And Green goes all the way in. And boy, he is silky smooth out on the fast break, isn't he? Nice, confident play from Eric Green, really throughout this first quarter. Really helping Montepaschi Siena limit the damage. Dudley outside to Ersic for three. Good! Zoran Ersic. I'll tell you what, if your big man's going to hit those threes, it's going to be tough to defend him, but right to the other end, and the confidence factor cannot be overestimated. Eric Green really showing what it's all about here in the Turkish Airlines Euroleague in his first game. He feels it, folks. Just get him the rock. Well, the end of the opening quarter, it's Galatasaray leading Montepaschi. Well, if you look at those stats right there, it's an interesting game so far. The 4 turnovers from Montepaschi not helping their cause. But you have to applaud the defense of Galatasaray Live Hospital Istanbul. They've come out and, you know, they've executed pretty well, certainly on the defensive end. The fans here in Siena, the Mandela Forum, excited about some of the newcomers in this team, especially Eric Green. What can you say? I mean, he's come out and he's hit some jumpers, hit that jumper right at the beginning of the quarter, right at the start of the game, and then he gets out in transition. He hits, that was his first three. Here he is stepping inside and hitting the jumper. We saw him get the ball in transition. Here he is, and just goes right to the basket. And then we saw him at the end of the quarter. He hit that three-pointer. Still Galatasaray Live Hospital Istanbul with a 4-point advantage here in this Group C encounter of the Turkish Airlines Euroleague, the opening day. And we're already seeing signs it's going to be yet another spectacular competition. There's a foul by Dudley out on the perimeter. I'm sure everybody will agree that this is going to be a fantastic campaign here. Just every week the games just keep coming and coming, and these two teams are going to have a huge part to play in it without a question. Carlos Arroyo chases the ball and gets it back inside to Cenk Akyol, who's come in.
La Montepaschi in campo il numero 24 Kate English e il numero 14 Thomas Ress.
Erceg gets another one. Well, folks, just get Erceg the ball right now. He is really on fire. 10 points. The three-pointers are falling for both teams. Nice play on the baseline from Othello Hunter. Instantly recognizable by that black headband. Another long jumper, and Galatasaray this time get one from Gordon. Whoa. 3-point shooting extravaganza unfolding. 7 points for Gordon. And Galatasaray with their biggest lead. Look at that. Galatasaray with 3 balls, 2 for Montepaschi, and of course both by Eric Green. And if you're Crespi, you have to hope that this terrific shooting by Galatasaray will cool off. Here's Green. He puts up another 3. And Erceg with the rebound. Boxes out Thomas Ress, the captain of Montepaschi, who's come in. Now Arroyo. He puts up a 3. No good. Erceg hustles down, gets his hand on the ball. Oh, nice pass inside, and this time unable to finish. Aldamish, and Cenk Akyol commits the foul. Well, it looked like Galatasaray were going to get a dunk there from Aldamish, but just threw it off the back of the rim. And the travel is the call against English. Kim English now coming in. That's 5 turnovers already for Montepaschi Siena. Domersan has come into the game, and he's given Dudley a well-deserved breather. Taylor Rochester also has come into the game for Montepaschi. Nice drive, but Erceg this time perhaps a little wild with the shot. Misses. He's been terrific today for the most part. Hackett guarded by Domersan. Gets in. And really nowhere to go, but draws the foul on Erceg. The referee correctly ruling he's lowering his arms.
Primo fallo per Erceg. Tiri liberi per la Montepaschi. Cambia. Galatasaray in campo il numero 25.
That's the 3rd foul. Galatasaray's Matchvan has come into the game. Another Serbia international for Galatasaray. And Hackett makes the first one. There's a big-time player, Milan Machvan. Hackett with 5 points. Now make it 6. Domerson over to Arroyo. Arroyo puts up from about 12 feet, makes it. 8-point advantage for Galatasaray Live Hospital Istanbul. Now Rochester calls the play. And it goes. Hackett tries to post up Arroyo. They get the help. And the ball goes out of bounds. Good defense from Machvan, but the ball goes off of his hands, and Montepaschi will have it with 8 seconds left on the shot clock. And Captain Rest is out. Long jumper, no good, but Othello Hunter gets the rebound, and his putback attempt is no good, and Machvan with a strong rebound for Galatasaray. Chinkakyol gets it back to Arroyo with 6 on the shot clock. Arroyo. Entry pass to Machvan, back outside to Domerson, and he hits the three-pointer. Execution to perfection for Galatasaray. And their biggest lead of the game, where the three-point shot has been huge for them so far. But beautiful bounce pass from Hackett to a cutting Hunter, who flushes it with 2 hands. Well, coming off the bench, Othello Hunter with 6 points. Machvan. Oh, Aldermish gets the rebound, puts it up, and almost has a three-point play opportunity. As it is, he'll go to the line with two attempts. A timeout on the floor. Galatasaray leading it by 9. Here is another look at Hackett's pass to Hunter for the two-handed jam. But for the most part, it's Galatasaray having it their way.
Because these people against access this point. Otherwise you can play. On offense, play hard to finish it. Okay. Now there is Tommy. Okay. And Tommy set pick as a foul. Okay. Also when you use 3 up, you just via Tommy, you say pick and pop, and then you press it. Okay, let's go.
Well, Montepaschi Siena working hard, but really Galatasaray showing their class here early on in the first half of the opening game of the Turkish Airlines Euroleague for both of these teams. Aldermish at the line with a chance to extend that lead. Talented Aldermish, terrific in that low post. Misses the first one. 2.07 meters center. He makes the second and takes the advantage up to 10 points midway through the second quarter. Rochester hands it off to Nelson, back outside to Ress. Now Rochester. Taylor Rochester, long jumper, good! Well, that was a three-pointer for Taylor Rochester. He can put up points on the board very quickly, and that's their third three-pointer of the game. See, the Galatasaray has hit 4 so far. Arroyo for three. Good! Ah, boy, the veteran leadership, the composure, the poise of Carlos Arroyo. Look at him, 10 points already. With he and Erceg just off to a flyer here at the start of the Euroleague season. Still a long way to go in this one. And Montepaschi get the three-pointer from Res. Field goal shooting percentage now, both teams at 44%. Arroyo dribbles between his legs, crossover, puts up a three. Good! Nope, they're saying it was a two. He must have had his foot on the line, but wow. Carlos Arroyo. He's got 12 points. Now Rochester. Matchbine with the rebound and hands it off to Arroyo. Boy, I've not seen Carlos Arroyo play this well in a long time. I mean, he is really looking like he's at the peak of his career. I know he's had some injuries the past several years, but he is looking in fine fettle, as they say. The foul on Vigiano. I mean, he is confident. He just wants it. He just says, get me the ball. And you see Joshua Carter checks into the game, getting the instructions from Crespi, but you see the fouls in the quarter. Domerson puts up a J, no good, and good rebound from Outamish. Misses the putback attempt, but gets it again and puts it up and in and uses the glass. I'll tell you, as a coach, you love it when your player crashes the boards like Outamish did that time down the floor. And that's what he's known for. Domerson with the foul. And Domerson, for his troubles, looks like he may have caught some of a shoulder there in the mouth. There's no question he reached in. It's their fourth foul. And Hackett, that's one thing that he's done extremely well, and that's drive to the basket here. That's how he earns a living, really, offensively. He's got 8 points tonight. Matchman sets the high screen. And over to Domerson, and Galatasaray just setting up players behind the three-point line and just burying them. Another three-pointer for Galatasaray, and the lead is 12. Now a three attempt from Vigiano. Oh, man, what a three-point shooting display we're watching. This is terrific. 5 3 balls for Montepaschi, 6 for the visitors from Istanbul, Galatasaray. Chinkakyol up top. You know, some of those three-pointers aren't on the three-point line. They are like a full meter behind the three-point arc. Arroyo misses that time. Res almost had it, and he's punished for not getting it. And the jump shot from Akyol. And that's what happens when you give a team a second, third opportunity. Galatasaray's player is good enough to take advantage. Res from behind the arc, and that time got maybe a little bit of the twine, but ball goes out of bounds. So Jamon Gordon going to come back in for Galatasaray. Akyol goes out. Erceg also in. Domerson, and it goes to Outamish, and Outamish fouled. He's been very active there in the low post. A lot of problems that Crespa's going to have to solve here at halftime. Fouls in the quarter, you can see. Crespi's got to worry about the three-point shooting. Galatasaray will be hoping that they'll cool off. But at the same time, he's got to really take care of business down low. And with players like Outamish in there, very active, hard to keep off the boards. Erceg, he puts up a three. Well, I don't know what these guys had for breakfast, but they should be eating it every time on game day because those 3 balls are falling inside the final minute. Erceg now has 13 points. Hackett. Eric Green, he's got a couple threes himself. But really, this game's kind of getting away from the home team here at the end of the half. Green puts up a 3. And the rebound, Carter puts it up. And Erceg with the rebound. Well, 15-point advantage for Galatasaray, looking to stretch it even more. You know, it was right around 10 points, and they've just exploded here. They just have not stopped. There you can see the shooting inside the arc. 10 seconds now in the quarter, in the half. Domerson for 3. Good, and why not another 3-pointer? Excuse me, Gordon with the 3. Just incredible shooting display by Galatasaray. It doesn't matter who it is. I mean, it's, you know, they're all putting up the threes and they're all making them.
3 secondi da giocare per la Montepaschi.
Well, Gordon's done a little bit of everything for that team. Timeout and plays the referee. Arteaga goes over to the scores table to make sure the time is right. Yep, they've got 2.5 seconds left. But what does Crespi do? These teams, you know, they haven't played that bad, but they're trailing by 18 points. Rest, long pass inside, or to midcourt. And DiGianno's attempt no good. So tough opening night so far for Montepaschi Siena as they go to the locker rooms at halftime trailing by 18 points against the Galatasaray team that's living up to the hype.
Gli individuali relativi ai primi 20 minuti di questo incontro per il Galatasaray. Goran Erceg ha realizzato 13 punti, Jamon Gordon 10, Cenk Akiol 3 punti, Furkan Aldemir 3 punti, Carlos Arroyo 12 punti, Erwin Dudley 4 punti, Henry Domercan 6 punti per la Montepaschi Mezzana, Jeff Viggiano 3 punti, Otello Hunter 6, Taylor Rochesi 3, Thomas Rest 3, Daniel Hackett 8 punti, Eric Green 10 punti. Conto italiano è la nuova gamma dei conti corrente di banca Monte dei Paschi di Siena. Disegna il pacchetto di prodotti e servizi più adatto al tuo profilo. Scegli Conto Italiano e seleziona il conto a chilometri zero giusto per te. Fogli informativi in tutte le filiali del gruppo Montepaschi. La pasticceria Le Campane vi aspetta nei locali di via Caduti di Vicobello 37 per dolci, rinfreschi, torte, paste, colazioni e dolci tipici senesi. La pasticceria Le Campane a Siena è aperta con orario continuato dalle 7 alle 20, tranne il mercoledì. Pasticceria Le Campane, il tuo dolce appuntamento.
Well, as you look at the stats, folks, I mean, those 3-pointers for Galatasaray Live Hospital Istanbul, 9 of 14 from the arc. What can you do about that? Some of those threes are from way downtown. I mean, just an impressive display. They're out rebounding Montepaschi by 3. The 5 turnovers for Montepaschi, they cut down on those in the second quarter, but really the story of the game is how Galatasaray just, you know, both of them were hitting some 3-pointers, but then right at the end of the second quarter, Galatasaray just shifted into a higher gear and just buried a few more and just stretched their lead to 18 points here on the opening night of the Turkish Airlines Euroleague at Montepaschi Siena.
Zoran Erceg. Jamon Gordon. Da 3 punti Carlos Arroyo.
Definitivo, faccio Arroyo.
Jamon Gordon. Jamon Gordon. Thomas Res. Da 3 punti Zoran Erceg. Thomas Res. Da 3 punti Henry Dommerkamp. Quasi pronti per iniziare il terzo quarto di gioco di questo incontro tra Galatasaray Istanbul e Montepaschi di zona Siena qui nella Forum di Firenze. Prima giornata del girone C dell'Euroleague 2013-2014. 51-33 il punteggio a favore del Galatasaray al termine dei primi 20 minuti. Inizia il terzo quarto di gioco, rimessa a Montepaschi.
Well, welcome back to Montepaschi, Siena here. Start of the second half action underway. And Hackett immediately with a three-pointer, and that's going to be vital for Montepaschi to get off to a good start. When you're down that many points, it's imperative that you come out and play well at the beginning. Domerson, he's off the mark, and now Hackett brings Montepaschi back. And he goes up against Arroyo. Gets into the lane, draws the foul, and goes to the line. Well, that's a sign of a good player that comes out and really, with a bit between the teeth, comes out and immediately sparks his team when they're down by double digits, like Hackett has here at the start of the second half. They needed something positive. He's come out and at least gotten to the line, but he misses the first one. And Crespi looks on with frustration. Oh, and he misses both. You hate to see those. Stay out if you're Crespi. You got to stick with it. Free throw shooting for both teams there. It's got to happen on the defensive end for Montepaschi if it's going to happen at all. Long jumper, no good. Hackett doing a little bit of everything with the rebound. Over to Nelson. Now Nelson puts up a three. Good! And Montepaschi are down by just 12 points. And look at the emotion from Crespi, the coach. Well, wouldn't you like to know what he said at halftime in the changing room? Dudley tries to back up Zoran Ercik. And inside. Excuse me, Eric Green now the other way and gets it in off the glass. And this early run from Montepaschi has forced Adamant to burn a timeout. All that great work at the end of the first half by the visitors, Galatasaray, and really they haven't come out and pressed home that advantage. If anything, it's been Montepaschi to show themselves to be a different team here in the second half. The question is, can they keep it up?
Hey, let's go with me, okay? One up for you, okay? One up for you, okay? Then play, go here. Play a pick, you use, if there is nothing.
Well, it's all very exciting, and you have to really applaud the way that Montepaschi have come out. You know, some teams might have rolled over, but trailing by 18 points, but that was never going to happen with this team, especially with these devoted fans. You know, it's a year of transition. It's a new coach, a lot of new players, but the fans are the same. The heart and the soul of the fans of this Siena side, Montepaschi Siena, and their team has roared back into contention here, trailing by just 10 points here in the third quarter. Dudley goes up again, and this time fouls called. And I think the foul might be on Hackett for pushing off, trying to get the rebound on Gordon. Excellent camera work there. But that's okay. You're going to give away some fouls if you're playing hard, and that's what this Siena team is doing right now. They're playing hard, making Galatasaray work. Erseg, the long jumper, no good, and strong rebound. Strong rebound from number 16, Benjamin Ordner. Green over to Hackett. Green, long jumper, that's short. And Gordon with the rebound. That would have brought the house down if that had fallen. Now, Carlos Arroyo fouled a long way away from the basket by Ordner. They're trying to disrupt Arroyo out there, but I'm not sure they want to commit the foul that far away from the basket. Just a little bit slow, stepping in front. Now look at Arroyo being guarded closely by Green, and Arroyo just puts up the jumper. He just needed a little bit of space, and you can just see the confidence from Arroyo and how valuable he is. You know, the face of this comeback to come out and hit a jump shot like that. Hackett for three. And nobody on the boards that time for Montepaschi. Got to keep the defense up, Montepaschi. And and they've called an offensive foul on Carlos Arroyo. I thought they were going to call the attempt on the three-point play, and they call the foul on Arroyo. He can't believe it, but Green comes out, makes a play on defense. Fellow Hunter with the headband. Now Green has the ball, going straight at Arroyo. Carter back to Green, passed up the jumper, back to Spencer Nelson now. Carter inside the arc, no good, follows the miss, and foul Marcusvili. You always have to follow that shot. Long way to go in this one, folks. It's a 12-point game. There's Green. Gets in and puts up a tough shot. And good strong rebound from Galatasaray. Nate Jaiwai, the Australian, puts it up, and the turnover called on Jaiwai. And good job from Othello Hunter holding his ground defensively that time against really powerful presence of Nate Jaiwai. So effective at times last season for Barcelona, but he had so many injury problems as well. Ooh. Good follow, missed shot by Carter. This time it goes over to his teammate, number 24, English. He misses, and another opportunity. English gets on the floor though, fumbles the ball away, and a jump ball. Boy, it looked like Adaman was right there when that pass was made, the ball went right close to him, and Crespi's going to call a timeout. We're going to have a jump ball between Gordon and Spencer Nelson, but that'll be after the timeout. You see their first timeout. Montepaschi here in the second half.
We can use, 2 up every time on 2 up on the side. But before back dribble and then you go. We need to attack him and then be ready for a stop pass and shoot.
And the other smalls match up with 3 outside players. Okay. So Zoran, you should match up with the 3 man. Okay, Josh Carter, you match up with Green, and you match up with English. Okay, try to make good seal. Hadi.
Well, they're up 18 points at halftime, and Montepaschi came out and reeled off 8 quick points to get right back in it. But it just goes to show how hard it is to claw that deficit back when you're trailing by so many points. You know, Montepaschi really had the wind in their sails, but that one shot from Arroyo sort of stopped them in their tracks. And the jump ball won by Spencer Nelson into the hands of Hackett. You know, not having the possession arrow now, that's a new rule change. I think the fans like seeing the jump ball again. Nelson, and one pass too many, just throws it away. Picked off by Galatasaray. Arroyo for 3. Hackett quickly up the floor to Nelson. And Carter passed it up, gives it back to Hackett. And Hackett puts it up from just inside the free throw line. Back to a 10-point game. He's got 13 points. Certainly the efforts there from Daniel Hackett, especially here in the third quarter. He's really been the key for them coming back into it. And this time the foul on Gordon. So no free throws for Gordon. Vigiano comes back in for Montepaschi. I think he comes in for Spencer Nelson. Yes, he does. Vigiano. See the fouls committed in the third quarter. English guarding Markiashvili, and again commits the foul a long way away from the basket. That's 4 fouls now on Montepaschi here in the third quarter. Markiashvili, and he gets into the lane and puts up the runner and scores. And the Georgia international, great play from Markiashvili. It's his first 2 points of the game. Kim English uses the glass and scores. Nate Jawai came in for the block, but English had already blown past it. Back to a 10-point game. That's his first 2 points. Oh, how Crespi would love to get something out of English here in the second half. Erceg. Markiashvili. Gordon. And Gordon is fouled as he attacks the basket. And Hunter is going to be called for the foul. Here was English on his drive. You can see how difficult that shot was. He had to shoot over Jawai. Aldemish has come in. as well as Sinan Gula for Turkey. And Jawai goes out of the game. Boy, Gordon's been terrific tonight for Galatasaray. He's got 11 points. Scored big baskets when they've needed him. Made big plays both ends of the floor. And he makes the second one. So good balance in that attack for Ergin Ataman tonight. The visitors from Turkey. They've wobbled a little bit here in the third quarter, but still up by 12. But Hackett is really carrying Montepaschi's, refusing to get in. The question is, can Montepaschi keep up the pressure defensively and maybe even get some points off turnovers? They're going to have to keep Furkan Altımiş off the boards as well. And here he gets it inside where he's dangerous, and he draws the foul. So the high screen and roll just floats down, and Hunter whistled for the foul. That was a look at Hackett getting into the lane before. Joshua Carter takes a seat. Eric Green back in. And Altımiş makes the three-point play. Hackett's pass batted away. Great defense. I believe that was Gordon that got a hand on it. Vigiano on Erceg out top. Now they disrupt Arroyo, or Gulash rather. And Gordon now for three, and he hits it. Slow to register. There goes 16 points, the advantage. And even though Montepaschi had that great burst of points at the start of the third quarter, Galatasaray held firm. And they've taken it back to 16, now have a chance to get it back to 18 or possibly 19. You can see the three-point shooting tonight, how crucial it's been for Galatasaray. There's 10 three-pointers. Marcus Philly's pass knocked away. Now Hackett in the open floor. And Vigiano goes in for the dunk. Final minute of the quarter. Gets it back to 14. Marcus Philly. And Erceg dribbles, gets it just inside the line. 28 seconds remaining here in the third. Another opportunity for Montepaschi, down 14. Opening night of the Turkish Airlines Euroleague season. Group C encounter. Montepaschi trying to show they can get it done in front of the home crowd, and Hackett drives in and draws the foul. He has been carrying this team on his back in the third quarter, and he continues to do it. Boy, that is guts right there, going straight into the teeth of the defense and scoring despite the attention of Furkan Altımiş. Boy, 17 points. Make it 18 points for Hackett. Can he hack it? I'd say he can. He is really on fire right now. And with 8.1 seconds remaining, Arroyo comes back into the contest, which is an indication that he might just get this final attempt here. Wardner sits down. Gordon spins. Over it goes to Erceg, and his bank shot no good. And Gordon tried to keep it alive, but I suppose on balance you'd have to say that Montepaschi will like how they've continued to fight and giving themselves a shot of overturning this deficit in the second half, especially after Galatasaray went back up on top by 16. But Montepaschi still now shooting 51% inside the arc, 7 of 20 from long range. Of course, the terrific three-point shooting for Galatasaray has been a major factor in their success. Well, there's not much to dislike about that man right there and his performance tonight for Montepaschi Siena. 18 points, 6 of 6 inside the arc, and he has really been driving hard at that Galatasaray defense. But as we talked about earlier in the third quarter, you know, it's got to be about the defense that Montepaschi play. They've got to defend and they've got to rebound. Galatasaray certainly have hit some big shots themselves, and there's another one. Oh boy, that is big time. Boy, that really takes the air out of the balloon for Montepaschi, with Gordon coming out and hitting the three ball. Now Rochetti has come in and almost commits the turnover. He doesn't want to telegraph that pass. Hackett's going to inbound the ball. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Well, not much time left on the shot clock now. Eric Green's going to have to put one up. Nope, it's going to go back outside to Vigiano, and Vigiano hits the three-pointer. We have got some kind of game for you here. Montepaschi refusing to go away. And that three now 8 points for Vigiano. And Domersant, goodness gracious, goes to the other end and hits another three-pointer for Galatasaray. Oh, tough shot. He follows it. Othello Hunter back outside the Hunter. Excuse me, Hackett. Rochester puts up a three, no good. Othello Hunter battles on the board, and Erseg chases it before it gets out of bounds. And now Gordon brings it across midcourt in plenty of time. Well, remember that three-pointer at the start of the fourth quarter by Gordon? That was huge. Dudley goes in and tries to jam on Hackett, and he follows the shot, and Hackett just raises his hands as if to say, where's the defense, guys? Back to a 16-point lead. Hackett, the long J, good. Well, I don't want to say it's a one-man show, but it almost is a one-man show right now for Montepaschi, the way Hackett's carrying the team. He's got 20 points. They simply must get it done on this end of the floor. The Galatasaray are going to get a huge road win at the start of the Euroleague season. Domersant. Now, Arroyo puts it up and hits it. And folks, This Galatasaray team has just come out and just shot lights out tonight. They have been fantastic. Oh, good drive from Hackett. You see Arroyo has the 16 points. They can't trade baskets, though. They've got to get stops. Hackett, 8 of 8 inside the arc. And Gordon, look at, I mean, that is great defense from Rochester. There's not much, there's nothing else he can do. He's got a hand in the face of Arroyo, and Arroyo just puts it up and in. And were it not for that man right there, Hackett, this game would have been over a long time ago. He's been terrific. Vigiano comes out, takes a seat. Ordner back in, number 16. Domerson. Ah, boy, they are putting on a clinic right now with their jump shooting. Galatasaray, they have got a lot to be excited about back in Istanbul about this Galatasaray team. Domerson with 11 points coming off the bench. Eric Green. Spencer Nelson for 3. Good. Well, they're not going away, but they can't trade baskets. And what's frustrating for Montepaschi is they've actually played some pretty decent defense at times on these Galatasaray jump shooters, and they just keep making shots. The foul called on Montepaschi. Gordon, boy, he's been terrific. It's hard to pick out the player of the game for this Galatasaray team because they've got so many guys that are able to make plays. Markushvili comes back in, so some fresh legs. And Gordon, a well-deserved rest. Boy, he's a handful, isn't he? I'm sure they'll be happy to see him going to the bench, the Montepaschi Siena fans. Got to get it done defensively, Montepaschi, and they need their crowd to get behind them. Arroyo comes out, takes it, still calls the play, guarded by Hackett. 6 on the shot clock. Arroyo looks to shoot, puts up a 3, and shows he's human by missing. And the ball goes out of bounds. Erceg arguing it should have been Galatasaray ball, but the ball goes to Siena, and they quickly go to the other end. Air Green over to Hackett. The clock's starting to become the enemy now of Montepaschi as well. Hackett penetrates, and he is just, somebody needs to buy this guy dinner after this game. He has been immense. 24 points. Daniel Hackett, and scoring time and time again, putting the ball on the court and driving hard to the basket. Good sportsmanship there from Hackett and Arroyo.
Minuto di sospensione richiesto dalla panchina del Galatasaray Istanbul. Timeout.
Well, we've got timeout called from Galatasaray. They're going to talk about it. It's a long way to go before this thing's over, but Galatasaray like their position.
Now on this baseline, okay, we play like this. Manu is here. Manu is here. Here is that. Arvin is there. Zoran and Carlos. Arvin, you go to pick to Manu. Manu is receive the ball. Okay. Then Arvin, you go inside. Zoran, you go to pick to Carlos. Carlos comes here. Arvin, Henry, you comes there with Arvin. Then you turn back.
Well, we've seen Hackett do it for his team, but Arroyo has been great. He's did a lot more early on for Galatasaray, but he came out and hit that big jump shot that kind of stemmed the tide, so to speak, of Montepaschi when they had that terrific start at the start of the second half. Still the lead 11. Somerson gets into the lane. Back out to Arroyo. 7 on the shot clock. Arroyo dribbles between his legs, finds space to shoot it, and short. And Hackett fouled up top by Aaron Dudley. David Cornu also has come in for Montepaschi Siena, whereas number 7, you see Dudley raising his hand. He has to go to the bench now. He's got 3 fouls. Aldermish has come in. Here's Hackett. Gets into the lane and draws the foul. Marcus Feely, and Hackett goes over and helps him up. So certainly the good sportsmanship award tonight going to Hackett. Perhaps fearing he may have caught Marcus Feely as he went past. Hackett's a physical player. You know, sometimes it's you've got to be physical when you come out and you play against a tough team like Galatasaray. And David Corna, his 3, no good. Good effort on the boards, though. And Hackett goes around Marcus Feely, draws another foul. And Marcus Feely, got to be careful he doesn't say too much there. So it doesn't matter what those guys say up there. It's just Marcus Feely. You can see he got the body. Just terrific, aggressive play from Hackett. Continues to cause problems for Galatasaray. Still the Turkish club up by 11. David Corna. Now Hackett. Thought about the 3. Spencer Nelson gets in. And terrific play from Erceg to hold his ground and come away and force the turnover. Jamont Gordon back into the game. He's got the ball. 5 on the shot clock. Drives in. No good. Good follow. And Aldermish goes up and earns another trip to the free throw line. And Gordon upset with himself that he couldn't finish. But Adamant has to like the approach of Aldermish getting in there and being active on the boards. Wardner, no question about the foul. Furkan Aldermish is a great young talent. You can see he's got 7 points with that first one, now 8. And the lead back to 13. You can see the free throw shooting tonight. Galatasaray doing a pretty good job. 9 of 11 at the line. And something tells me they'll have to make some more free throws before this game is over. A nice floater from Corna. But Corno comes in and just drifts into the lane. It's back to an 11-point game. And shooting percentages from 2-point range. Arroyo goes to work against Hackett. Gets in, puts up a tough shot with the left hand. And free throws come the way of Carlos Arroyo.
Quarto fallo per Hackett. Cambio. Montepaschi esce Curno. Rientra il numero 32 Eric Green. Ilonetta per il Galatasaray il numero 30 Carlos Arroyo con
overall good minutes from young Corna. He takes a seat. Green back in. And the crowd, the Montepaschi Siena crowd, breathing a sigh of relief that Arroyo misses the first free throw. But he cans the second one and takes it up to a 12-point game. 3.5 minutes remaining. And Galatasaray close to a very important win here to get their season on track in the Euroleague.
Josh, Ben, be ready if they help immediately. Yes. And then he's, as usual, okay, Daniel with the ball, Josh, you play pick and pop, and then we'll see, okay? Hey, let's go with defense, let's go.
Immediately, stay like in zone, the middle line. Okay.
Go! Come on!
Well, he's the leader, folks. Arroyo for this Galatasaray team came out tonight, helped set the tone. He and Gordon and Erceg, and it really bodes well for their season. But they've got to close the door here on Montepaschi. Can they do it? Over to Eric Green. Hackett thought about the three, steps inside, hits the little runner. Nope, misses, and Aldermich with the rebound. Arroyo, Erceg for three, and Hackett with the rebound. The clock definitely the enemy now. 2:40 remaining. Hackett. Montepaschi need a basket, and they need it now. And the foul committed by Erceg. Eric Green penetrates, puts it up, no good. And the battle for the boards, Ortner kept it alive, and Montepaschi will keep possession. Montepaschi can hit some shots. They can still get closer in this game, but certainly the clock is the enemy. 12 offensive rebounds for each team tonight. Vigiano hands it off the wrist. Now Eric Green. And the Turkish club well aware that Montepaschi want to take a three, but they're going to have to look elsewhere. Now they're going to get a three this time, and it's going to be Carter. He misses. And Aldermich with the rebound. Inside 2 minutes remaining now. See the field goal percentage overall for both teams. And Gordon drives in, and look who it is for the offensive rebound, but Aldermich doesn't get with the putback. Now Eric Green races to the other end and scores and gets it back to a 10-point game. He's quick. Eric Green's got 14 points, but they definitely need to get some turnovers, some stops. Galatasaray trying to use as much of the shot clock as they can. Gordon for three. Off the back of the rim. Good rebound from Vigiano. He pushes it up the floor quickly. Over it goes to Riss for three, and he hits it. And we've got a 7-point game with 1:07 remaining. Oh, the three-point shot can just help teams come back so quickly. And Vigiano fouls Zoran Erceg. Adaman knows this thing isn't over yet. Nice poise by Riss. Coming off the bench and drilling the three-pointer. In transition there. But now, where they've been pretty good tonight, Galatasaray at the free throw line. Erceg gets nothing but twine. You have to be good in all facets of the game, and certainly the free throw shooting department is huge in the game of basketball, especially at the end of the game. You've got to prove that you can put it away at the line. Good drive from Hackett inside the final minute. 7-point game. If they could get a turnover, And Green commits the foul on Arroyo as he dribbles past. Here's another look at Hackett. Boy, he just simply could not have done much more tonight. And what's so impressive for Hackett is the other team knows that he wants to get in there and drive to the basket. I think he may have 26 points. There's Arroyo with 17. Well, Galatasaray have worked hard tonight. They don't want to lose this one. And they're having to really show what they're made of, being mentally tough at the free throw line here. And Markashvili comes into the game. Markashvili, there you can see the free throw shooting. 14 of 17 at the line for Galatasaray. Vigiano floats in. Galatasaray don't want to give away the three. They'll allow him to get inside and score with the drive. Back to a 7-point game. 35 seconds remaining. Arroyo. Are they going to play defense? They're not going to commit the foul. Arroyo finds space, puts up a jumper. Good! I wonder if they're second guessing themselves now. Maybe they should have fouled him. Hackett spins, and the charge is drawn by Jamont Gordon, who's been fantastic. Hackett, he's had a great game tonight, but this game has, a lot of it has been won in the first half by Galatasaray when they built that 18-point advantage with just a terrific shooting display. I think Montepaschi, the fans will be happy. They salute Hackett. They'll be happy in that their team didn't give up. I mean, they came back, they clawed it back, they got to within 7. But it was too much of a mountain to climb for them tonight on the opening night of the Euroleague, trailing by 18 at halftime. And Montepaschi put up one last one. So it finishes Galatasaray, Live Hospital Istanbul winning 84 to 75. So great road win for Galatasaray here in Group C. You know, certainly something to build on for them. A launch pad perhaps for a successful season for Ataman, the defending champions of Turkey. They want to make their mark in the Euroleague. And Montepaschi will go back to the drawing board in the Euroleague. They'll be a factor, rest assured, in this competition. Hackett applauds the crowd, says thanks for supporting them tonight. And there'll be a lot more to come from them as the season goes on. So the play of Gordon, of Arroyo, of Erseg, of Aldermish, you know, all the way down that lineup. Overall, it's just a great display from the visitors from Istanbul for Galatasaray as they start their EuroLeague campaign on a winning note.
15 punti con 3 bombe, Jamon Gordon 18 punti, 4 bombe, Manuchan Markoshvili 2 punti, Jack Achiol 3 punti, 1 bomba, Furkan Aldemir 8 punti, Carlos Arroyo 21 punti, 1 bomba, Erwin Dudley 6 punti, Harry Domerkant 11 punti con 3 bombe. Per la Montepaschi,
there you see the final stats for tonight's games. For tonight's game, rather, the 12 three-pointers, just a major factor for Galatasaray. Montepaschi hit some threes there at the end to get back into it. Good free throw shooting as well. 14 of 17 at the line from for Galatasaray.
Vi ricordo che la Montepaschi Menzana Siena quest'anno l'Eurolega la disputa qui al Mandela Forum di Firenze. Ci vediamo a tutti